Okay, so hello, and you are very welcome to the start of our Spiral course. This is the second day of the start of the Spiral course. So what you'll notice now is that we're changing subject almost every day. But of course you will be doing your revision every day as well, so you'll be covering the topics you've already looked at. But every day across a fortnight we'll be looking at different topics. So today we're going to be looking at creating expressions, which is a topic in algebra. So we use expressions whenever we're looking at an unknown or a variable amount. And we've come across expressions quite often before. Let's say we have the variable or a changing base, the changing length of a base and the changing perpendicular height of a triangle. We can have a formula saying the area of a triangle is half the base by the perpendicular height. And our expression for that is 0.5 BH. Which means 0.5 times by the length of the base times by the perpendicular height. So it's just a little short way of writing formulas generally. So that's what an expression is. But let's have a look at why we're talking about variable amounts. So variables, let's have a look at an example. Let's say Paul makes €10 per day plus an additional €8 for every hour that he works. So if he works for 3 hours, he will make €10 plus €8 per hour times by 3 hours, so €10 plus 8 times by 3. If he works for 6 hours, he'll make €10 plus 8 times by 10. And you can see that the part of the formula doesn't change and part of the formula does change. So the part that is changing is the number of hours. Look at the formula again there. It's €10 plus 8 times by 3, €10 plus 8 times by 6. That 3 at 6 is changing, and the part that changes is called variable. Variable just means it changes. So when we're creating expressions, for example, like the expression for how much Paul works, it's €10 plus 8 times by the variable number of hours worked, meaning just the number of hours, but I'm calling it variable because it can change from day to day. Sometimes it's 3 hours, sometimes it's 6 hours. And when we have a variable number of hours, we can use a letter to stand in for that unknown number of hours, which brings us to algebra. Algebra is all about using letters to stand in for unknown or variable amounts. So in this question, we're going to let n be the letter we choose for the number of hours. We choose the letter n. We can choose whatever letter we like, and we're choosing the letter n for the number of hours because it's the first letter in the word number. So the expression for how much he works in English was 10 plus 8 times by some variable. So that's 8 times by our variable, which we're going to use the letter n for. So in shorthand, that's 10 plus 8n, which means 10 plus 8 times by whatever value n happens to be. And that's pretty much it for creating expressions. So I'm going to ask you a number of questions where you're going to be given some thing in English, like Paul works for 10 hours plus 8 times a variable number of hours. And I'm going to tell you what variable to use, and you can create the expression. So the very best of luck with that. Have a go at it. You'll see some examples as well if you struggle with anything, and the very best of luck.